say, how do you say this in Russian? You're listening to the devil you know.
Ты слушаешь сатану, которого ты знаешь. I sound hot, don't I?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Of course you do.
Hell yeah.
Приготовьте свои хуи и пёзды.
Whoa, I knew what some of that was, actually.
What is it?
Get your dicks and pussies ready.
Okay.
What's happening?
Yeah!
That long pause was me going, what do I say? What do I say? What's up, John?
Nah, man, what you doing?
I am having a celebratory drink of the 21-year Glenfiddich. That's I say that bottle for special occasions.
Oh.
And since I finished my poster, I decided to have a drink of some lovely scotch while we're doing this show.
I got the file to go to the printer, and I was checking it out, man. Every little square inch of that thing is fucking amazing. The detail's amazing. Everything, dude, you rock. You know.
Thanks,
I'm
buddy.
like, blah, blah, blah. No, really, it's really good, man.
I had the opportunity actually to show it in person to Peter this weekend. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, it's on iSatanist. You'll be able to check this out, but it's a poster I did of pointillism, the Magus series. We did one of Anton for last year, and this year did Peter Gilmore's poster, and everything in the poster is pertaining to him, and it's 200 hours of dots, and my hand hurts.
Oh, I don't know how you do it.
I told my wife, I said, do not let me take on a pointillism picture in 2017. I'm going to take a year off of that shit.
I would have finagled some little machine or something that just went and I just moved it around.
I'll do something else. You know, I did the Satanic Warlock book, and this was, of course, you know, a big project that, you know, and I'm a horrible procrastinator. And you know, I got busy with tattooing this year, so like it was supposed to be ready for Conclave in New York.
Yeah. And
it wasn't. And then I said, oh, I'll get it. I'll have it by Halloween. Wasn't quite then. So then I knew I was going to see Peter for the Devil's Reign art show. So I said, I'm going to have it done so that I could show him in person. And if I didn't make that deadline, I'd still be working on it.
Yeah.
So,
well, you knew Peter was coming to town, man. I don't know if that doesn't light the black flame under your ass. I don't know what will.
Oh, it did. Definitely did. So, but since we're talking about it, I wanted to kind of make an announcement, and you know, I know that you don't pat yourself on the back enough about iSatanist, but it's an awesome company, high quality, everything.
Thanks, man.
And so that's of course why I aligned with you in doing this. Is I thought you were the only one that could really give me the quality that I wanted out of this. So what we're doing for, I guess, in celebration of concluding year 50 is we're kind of doing a special deal. We had, for those of you who may have seen it on the website, we had the Conclave poster, which is only for attendees of, I guess, either Conclave. Are we doing it that way?
I think that would be fair, right?
Yeah, I think so. And it's, you know, a picture of all the people that were at the DC event. It is a nice vinyl poster. We originally were selling them for like $200. It's very limited. What is it, 60 copies or something?
Something like
Most
that.
of them went, 66 copies. Most of them went, but we still have some. We're just going to do $60.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
We're getting rid of them. If you were there, if you were at one of the events, if you're just an average listener, you weren't cool enough. You had to be there to get this poster. So if you were there, you could get that. And then as far as the two Magus posters, we're going to do either 60 a piece, or you can get both of them for $100.
Yep. Or if they want matching numbers, like they want to have, you know, number 4 of 333, or, well, that's probably taken by now, but, you know, a certain number out of the 333, if they want them to match, I would say an extra $20 just to do that, because it makes it a pain in the ass. So, but it's cool.
Yeah,
I mean, if you want both to be, number 16 of 333 or whatever, 120 even. And I'll have all the details on iSatanist. We'll make the announcement on the the Devil You Know podcast Facebook page. And you know what? Fuck it. I'll announce it on the third side too. But everywhere. Just look for it. I'll make a thing. If it's not out by the time you hear this, it will be out within a day. So I'll get that going. And yeah, man.
It's only 200 hours of the last year.
Yeah. But here's the thing. If you're listening, take advantage of the price because, like Dorian said, it is for a limited time, and it's just to help everyone out with around the holiday time and show appreciation and honor for the church and things like that. So take advantage of the prices that are going on right now with the posters because it's not going to last long. Yeah,
hell yeah, man. And much
Cool.
appreciated to you, John, for helping me out with that. So
My pleasure.
I got to show it to Peter in person at an awesome, very successful Devil's Reign event.
Yeah, tell us about that.
And there's a lot to tell, and I would like to start by saying, because I know you were bummed that you couldn't go.
Yeah, I know.
Well, they made it rather clear that this was not the last one.
Oh, I'm hoping to have some art in the next one.
Be ready for this coming the next December.
Yeah.
It's going to be a continuing. So I got a room for you to crash in.
All right, let's do it.
But it was an excellent event. I unfortunately did not get to go to Tampa to the Electric Hellfire Club. However, it wasn't their last show. They actually did. They performed at the Devil's Reign event as well. So I actually did see their very last concert. So it was a great show. They basically aside from the, of course, beautiful art exhibit, and it's a cool place, man. I mean, the place is art exhibit, and it's got a stage in the corner for bands and shows, and it's a tattoo shop, a very nice tattoo shop that Andy Howe runs. And next door is a brewery that was making two different kinds of
beer,
basically, and two different kinds of ale that were basically dedicated to Peter. So
nice.
It was very cool and very good. And then they started the event, aside from getting to mingle with seeing a lot of people I haven't seen since Conclave, or some even before. It was cool to just kind of see all these people again. And then it started off with Jimmy Psycho doing one of his shows, and he played the theremin. If you don't know what the theremin is, it's a really fucked up instrument. And it was, I don't know how to explain what a theremin is, but it's a kind of a,
they can Google
sound. It makes a sound that you hear in old like horror movies and stuff, and it's really wild. And I asked Jimmy about playing it, and he said, "It is the most maddening instrument I've ever tried to figure out how to play."
Yeah, he contacted me and had me do a poem, and I recorded myself rhyming it for him, and he put it over one of his acts. It was really cool.
Yeah, I think it was the opening act actually.
Yeah.
And he had a couple of us, like he kind of broke it up. He would do a song with some recital over it, but then he would do a little something himself, or like a cover tune or something like that.
Yeah.
I went on stage and did a little bit with him, and I read from Peter's essay, "We Are Legion."
Nice.
And then Peter closed up that portion of the events with his own speech that as you'll hear from our talk with Adam, had a lot of like Hail Satans and Shemham Farash, and my wife's eyes kind of got big, like, oh, they really do this. That's kind of the vibe I got. Her and Jared's wife were kind of like, oh, wow, okay, but it was fun.
It's a thing.
And then they had burlesque dancers that were really great, high quality. And then, they had Electric Hellfire Club played, which was awesome. They did a lot of songs off Burn Baby Burn. And then Nathan Gray played. And it was just an awesome night. Everything went super smooth and just great to see everybody and get to mingle. And unfortunately, I guess they had a luncheon the next day. And, of course, I couldn't do that. So Had to work, man. I got things going on, so we drove 2.5 hours across the state to be there, and then so I'm gonna plan next year to try and make it a whole weekend, But because it's just like it always, like there's so many people that you want to talk to, but there's so many coming in the door, and you're just like, you get 2 minutes and you move on to the next person.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And before you know it, the night's over, and you're like, damn, so fun, but it just goes too fast.
Yeah, I mean, these events, all the events that I've ever been to, they're just always amazing. There's always fun and always memorable. So if you're missing out on things like that, what's wrong with you?
Get a life, loser.
You're just missing out on vital existence in action. I mean,
yeah, and I think that there's something, when we're, especially with all of us are doing so many projects, and I think that's the difference between a real Satanist and some of the more pseudo groups out there is that we are producing. We're not concerned about what other people are doing as far as, or I guess maybe the cares of the world or, protests or whatever.
Yeah.
We're too busy. We're too busy doing things. Yeah. And so when we get together and we see, other members that we admire are doing their things, and that just gets us amped more, almost competitive, but in a good way. I want to do something awesome now. You're doing something awesome? I'm going to do something really awesome now.
Yeah, it's very motivating. It's a driving force. Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Great time, man. Great time.
Well, I'll make sure I'm there next year, man.
Yeah, damn it.
I know, and I plan on having art next time there too.
Nice.
It'll be digital, but yeah.
Hey, awesome, dude.
Yeah, hell yeah. Good. So, let's go on with the show.
Let's do it.
Welcome to the Daily Grind. This week's selection: how to bathe your pussy cat. Because whether your kitty has long hair, short and trim, or no hair at all, they could use a good cleaning from time to time. Step 1. Play with your pussycat before bath time. Remember, a tired pussycat is a calmer pussycat. This would also be a good time to brush your now tired little kitty. Step 2. Prepare the sink or bathtub with enough water to make it up to the kitty's chest. Not too hot now. You don't want to burn the poor thing. Next, you want to lather your pussycat up with a nice, mild kitty shampoo. Leave the head out. You don't want to get that wet. Step 3. Now you want to thoroughly rinse your pussycat. Get it nice and wet. And really make sure you get rid of all that sudsy shampoo. Once it's good and rinsed, it's time for your kitty to dry off. There you go. A nice, clean, tuckered out pussycat. This has been Satanist Misty Tyers, bringing you the Daily Grind.
Blessed are the strong, for they shall possess the earth. Cursed are the weak, for they shall inherit the yoke. Blessed are the powerful, for they shall be reverenced among men. Cursed are the feeble, for they shall be blotted out. Blessed are the bold, for they shall be masters of the world. Cursed are the righteously humble, for they shall be trodden under cloven hoofs. Blessed are the victorious, for victory is the basis of right. Cursed are the vanquished, for they shall be vassals forever. Blessed are the iron-handed, for the unfit shall flee before them. Cursed are the poor in spirit, for they shall be spat upon. Blessed are the deaf-defiant, for their days shall be long in the land. Cursed are the gazers toward a richer life beyond the grave, for they shall perish amidst plenty. Blessed are the destroyers of false hope, for they are the true messiahs. Cursed are the God-adorers, for they shall be shorn sheep. Blessed are the valiant, for they shall obtain great treasure. Cursed are the believers in good and evil, for they are frightened by shadows. Blessed are those that believe in what is best for them, for never shall their minds be terrorized. And cursed are the lambs of God, for they shall be bled whiter than snow. Blessed is the man who has a sprinkling of enemies, for they shall make him a hero. Cursed is he who doeth good unto others who sneer upon him in return, for he shall be despised. Blessed are the mighty-minded, for they shall ride the whirlwinds. Cursed are they who teach lies for truth and truth for lies, for they are an abomination. Thrice cursed are the weak, whose insecurity makes them vile, for they shall serve and suffer. The angel of self-deceit is camped in the souls of the righteous. The eternal flame of power through joy dwelleth within the flesh of the Satanists.
All right, John. So I guess it's time to do another little on the streets segment. What's going on up there?
You know who we've got on the streets this time? Your friend and mine.
Who is it?
Reverend Adam Cardone. How's it going, sir?
What's up? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, sir.
And thank you for
What's
asking.
up? Yeah. No, I'm tech. No, I'm not very tech savvy, so I hope you can hear me loud and clear.
You did it, man. You did it.
Yeah. What's up? What's
Welcome
going
to
on?
the tech world.
I'm in Brooklyn. I'm in a Russian grocery store. And,
Awesome.
Yeah.
All
Pretty
alone?
cool. Yeah, with a hot chick. A hot
Oh,
redhead.
nice. That figures.
You are quite the cultured man, just kind of
And-
all over there.
Yeah. I'm doing. I was just telling Mr. Shaw that I got to calm down though, because I'm so busy and I work a lot, and then when I have fun, I go crazy. So I have to monitor my amount of fun.
What's the weather there like right now?
It's kind of cold and clammy. It's starting to, you can feel winter coming. So it's been kind of cold and clammy, which I don't like.
Like your vagina.
Yes,
Vagina.
exactly. Oh shit.
I think
So,
it was only like 79 or 80 here today. I don't even know. So.
Oh, good lord. See, that's awful. That's what I want.
It's beautiful here. It's nice and cool.
We
I was
still-
on a motorcycle. Loving it.
Yeah, dude. We still surf in the cold weather, but I don't enjoy it. I mean, I do it for health reasons. I don't like it. I put the wetsuit on and go out, but
You know, when I lived in Chicago, the Lake Michigan freeze, whenever it get really cold, was the only time that you would ever see surfers in Lake Michigan. It blew my mind. Like nobody would surf, in warm weather on the Great Lakes, but in the winter the waves get crazy there, and there's this group that goes out there in 30-degree weather to.
That's
to go
it.
surf.
Yep, I saw that.
Fuck that.
Yeah. When you put a wetsuit on, though, by the time you get to the beach, you're sweating. They're hot.
Yeah.
So, I just ate a Russian pickle. Oh my god.
I'm sure you did.
Oh, yes, it did.
That sounded really dirty.
So I heard a rumor. You were on the streets out there doing your thing, and you happened upon some stuff.
Some pseudo stuff. Yeah. So, here's the story. I I saw an ad on Facebook that a friend of mine was in a show. Actually, and then I looked, and there was a few friends, like people that I knew in the show. Some of them I don't know that well. One of them I knew really well.
Right.
The show was called something Satanist, something Satan. I don't know. Some silly something. But it was a Satan-themed variety show, sideshow variety show. And, so obviously that sparks my attention.
Diabolus Satanicus Magnificentus Buttkiss. Isn't it always?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay, what's this? And immediately I thought it looks like a Temple of Satan kind of a thing. Immediately. First thing in my head.
Wait, you mean Satanic Temple?
Or Satanic Temple. I can't even remember Temple of Satan, Satanic
It doesn't matter.
Whatever.
Well, I think they're
like,
two different pseudo groups.
Yeah, and I had a run-in with one of those, I had another one earlier, a couple months ago. So what happened was, I said, fuck it, I'm going to go to this show. I called one of the girls in the show and said, is this like Satanic Temple thing? And she didn't know. She's like, I don't know, it's something Satan, something, I don't know. So I get there, and, oh my God, guys.
What?
You know how people walk down, the whole saggy pants thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Christ.
No, wait, hold on. This guy just walked by. He didn't have saggy pants. They were down by his knees. I am not. Am I right?
Yeah.
Did you see
Only
that?
New York. Only New York would that be.
His bare legs were hanging out. That was awful. Okay, sorry guys. I got a little sidetracked.
No,
What?
it's great.
What a horrible.
I'm
literally on the streets.
You're genuinely on the streets. Yeah.
I'm in the hood.
That's
yeah.
disgusting. I'm trying to
Actually-
eat.
Blonde, a hot Russian blonde just comes by.
No, wait. That's the hood. Yes, it is. That's the project. No.
You're in a Russian deli? You're in the
I'm in a
hood.
Russian deli in the hood.
The Russian hood. So
I
they're
don't
not
get
too
it.
bad.
Okay.
Top of the
All
Russian
right, back
bomb.
to my story. Sorry, back to my story.
It's called Comradeville. That was bad. Go on. Just go on.
Okay, so I get there and I know I figured it out pretty quick. I don't think the guys running the show are Satanic Temple, but there's definitely Satanic Temple people at this show. I can just tell by their jewelry.
Yep. And you can smell them, too. They smell like cabbage.
Yeah, I can tell. You know how the Protestants can tell who the Catholics are in Ireland?
Like how Chinese
Shit.
people could tell Japanese people.
Yeah, exactly. I could tell. So they start the show, and I'm sitting there with a guy who's not Church of Satan, but he was at Joe's party at the conclave. He hangs out with us.
Yeah.
He's a good friend.
Okay.
So, and I won't say his name because I don't want to out him, and I don't know if he's comfortable with that. But anywho, he's cool. He's there. And they start the show, and it is something like, it reminded me of something you'd see in high school. It was like...
Oh, that was definitely
so,
Satanic Temple then.
Yeah. Well, here's what it is. It started with one of the LeVay organ pieces. Who's texting me? Alice? What the hell is this? Okay,
You're like
sorry.
king of the tangents. It's amazing.
Yeah, I have so many things.
ADD.
I have terrible ADD.
You know what it is?
The
Like
show
you're amazing at sleight of hand, and now you're amazing at sleight of word. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm like juggling my mind. So they start the show. They play the fucking LeVay Satanic Mass CD. Okay, already like the only way I would do that in a show format is if it was like a listening party and we're gonna turn the lights off and listen to the whole fucking thing and
Right.
like really listen to it. That'd be kind of cool, actually. But no, this was like they.
If you
played
start it at the
CD.
same time as the Lion Roar and the Wizard of Oz, it's amazing.
I love it. Good. I'm gonna try that. That
Fuck
sounds
yeah, let's
good.
do it.
That's a good idea. We should try it. So, basically they're like these sideshow dudes, and they're. My whole theory with sideshow is if you're a sword swallower, you shouldn't mix the mediums. It's like for instance, they were like he like did a thing with a sword and a. I'm sorry, I'm remembering.
If you're
now.
a female sword swallower, you should call me.
Yes, there's a few of those. But no. So they started with a wine thing, and they had everybody come up and drink from the chalice, like
God.
a Catholic mass, right? That was the first thing.
Cooties.
And then they did the sword guy came out with a sword, as in like he had a priest collar on. And I know this guy. He's a sideshow guy, but I know he's not Church of Satan. So he does the thing with the sword, and then he swallows the sword, and then the guy put in, I think, eye hooks and pulled it out with the eye hooks. It was too much. There's too many things going on all at once. It meant nothing. Nothing. You know, like here's my analogy with magicians, because I do magic shows. It's like having someone pick a card, put it in the deck, and then you find it, change the color, find the 4 aces, and it ends up in your pocket all in 3 seconds. It's like, what the fuck just happened? It's too much. You just ruined 4 good magic tricks. You know? Just do them all individually and make them all special. So that's what they were doing. They did this crazy satanic intro that meant nothing. There was no philosophy, no reading, it was the LeVay CD playing, and they did all these acts. And it was really amateurish. And it's sad because some of the guys are good performers. It's just, they were using it as a gimmick, and I didn't think it worked. Then the other performers did their acts. And there was only one moment where they yelled out "Hail Satan" and tried to get the whole crowd to do it. And it was so uneventful, poorly timed. And I was with my buddy, and I'm like, you know, if you can get the crowd to really yell "Hail Satan" really loud, and if it's done correctly, it will chills down your spine, as you will attest because you were at the conclave. And like this was like, it was just so not there. It was missing everything. And there definitely was... Oh, yeah, the microphone. No, there was definitely Satanic Temple of whatever you call them. Yeah. They were definitely there because there's a little scene of them in Brooklyn, and that's where this gig was. I had a run-in with one of them who definitely was at a burlesque show. I wrote about it on our page, but I'll tell this story because this is way better than what happened last night. Were they there to
protest something?
No. There was listen to this. Yeah, protest burlesque. Wouldn't surprise me. No, my friends at a burlesque show.
They strip while holding up signs of abortion should be legal.
Yeah, exactly. Bunch of bozos.
Fucking right.
Oh, they're awful. Fucking right. They she did a burlesque show, and I see this guy with satanic regalia, and I knew right away he was not COS. Right, just obvious.
Just too over the top.
Too over the top and the cheap jewelry. It's not fucking,
It's not like Satanist, yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, he had the cheap shit on. Not I Satanist Shaw. No. So I go up to, I have in my bag, I literally that day got Satanic Warlock in the mail. I literally just got it. I didn't even open it up really. I looked at it a little bit. So I'm like, I'm going to go over and show the guy the book. I'm going to brag that I got an early copy. So I go over and I go, hey, dude, guess what I have in my bag? Look. And I whip it out. And I could tell by the look on his face he was not COS. And I'm like, yeah, it just came out. I'm so lucky to get this. Look, he signed it. I mean, I went off. I was like, oh, we just had that conclave. And I pretended like he knew what I was talking about. I didn't ask him if he was COS. I didn't ask him anything. I just pretended like he knew. I was like, yeah, we just had that crazy conclave. And there's all these people doing this great shit. And we've got, and I just went off and bragged about everything. And then I was like, cool, man. Hope to see you soon. And that was that. And then I found out literally seconds later, he didn't say a fucking word. He didn't even say hi. And I found out he is Temple of Satan or Satanic Temple, whatever it is. Yeah, he definitely was because there's a bar one of them owns near there. I don't know. And they were going there. And I was like, oh, that was so good. like I was like, that was just perfect. Like, I can only imagine what he was thinking at that moment because I literally just rattled off like all the cool shit going on.
So what really made you go up to him and say that in the first place? Like, was it?
Well, I was curious if he really was Temple of Satan, and I was me. It was Cat and playing with the dead mouse. I was like, I wanted to go over and see and fuck with him a bit, and do it in a manner that he wouldn't even, wouldn't know it hit him. I was very like, I kind of played it like I was very happy to see that he was there and great and holy crap, look what I just got him. Wow.
Was he wearing like a Baphomet or something, or was he?
Yeah. Oh yes, he was.
Oh, he just had shitty shit on.
He was wearing cheap jewelry.
Okay.
Oh gotcha. Yeah. Oh yeah. He had a T-shirt on and he had the clunkiest, ugliest Baphomet I've ever seen. Yeah.
He had the look of I've never read the Satanic Bible, but look at all this cool pentagram.
Oh yeah. Well, that was one of the things last night. Like I'm hanging out in this crowd of people at this sideshowy thing that was atrocious, and it's like I said, some of the performers are really good. Like there's the good performers. It's like I said to one of the performers because she knew I hated the thing. I said, "What was the point of the Satan thing?" Because like if I'm a director hired for that, like let's say they hired me to direct it,
Yeah.
I would say to them, okay, so you're using the Satan thing as a gimmick to get people here. Great, I get it. Lots of metalheads did that in the 80s, no problem. But the way I look at it is, if you're going to make it goofy and funny, go that route. That's fine. Make it cheesy and over the top. I don't care. And if you're going to make it serious and have something to say, like, listen, motherfuckers, I'm here with a message, do that.
Yeah.
But don't make it none of the above and just a blob of nothing, because it makes the whole thing, like, why bother? Like, if you're going to do it, either go all the way, make it stupid, choose and go all the way with it. I mean, and that's kind of how I run my shit, you know?
Yeah.
I'm all or nothing kind of guy, but...
It's all icing and no cake.
Yeah, it's like really, it was really bad. I was waiting for a moment where somebody did a reading that actually got people to pay attention.
Right.
Like, oh shit, these guys actually have something to say. And they didn't. It was very like, I don't know, mud.
Which is
like,
actually the opposite of what happened in Florida this weekend, because I mean, we actually had Peter on stage making the speech, and when the Hell Satans came out, everyone did get those chills.
Exactly. You know the deal. You know, we have fun. When you come to see one of our events, whether it's a private event or like this, which I have something to announce soon, something special, it doesn't matter what it is. We have fun. There is fun and fancy free. But at the end of the day, there really is some, like, legit message and something going on underneath the surface. I mean, obviously. Yeah. So, and that's the difference, you know?
It seems to be their MO, man. You know, the Satanic Temple shit. Why bother? That's their MO.
Why bother? Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't know. And, yeah, like, I think they're going to do another one of these events. You know, and it's so funny. I was reading Satanic Warlock today, and there was moments in that book that reminded me of last night. It's kind of like, I'm kind of glad I went last night, because some of those people know I'm a member, and they know that I'm like actually involved in like some of the stuff going on.
Yeah.
So
you wonder if like when they see you show up, if they're like, that's Adam. He's a real Satanist.
Yeah, I hope they
really
know
he's
that.
really one.
Yeah, no, I hope people know. Like, I take it seriously. Like, you know, it's not a joke for me. I mean, I have fun with it, but it's actually serious. You know, like you know, I live as best I can by a code of ethics that I think are great for me.
Yeah.
You know. And
we know what you mean.
You guys feel the same. Yeah, I know where I stand and what I'm here for, and like, you know, that's why I was curious. And I'm in that sideshow world here, so that's why I was like, I'm going to show up to this. I'm curious because I don't want to read about it. I want to see with my own eyes. And it was like, yeah, it made me sad. And the only thing it made me, so here's, this is a good tie-in. It made me realize that the next project that I'm working on, how good it's going to be. Because if any of those people see what I'm about to do, they're going to shit their pants.
Do tell.
Literally. So here's what I'll say.
Do tell.
I can't say much yet, but we're listening to this podcast. What day is it? Thursday? It's supposed to be Thursday. I don't know.
Yeah.
In the next literally 2 or 3 days, there'll be a post on our secret page and on the main public page, and hopefully on the actual Church of Satan news page, all of those pages. Mm-hmm. There'll be a post about an event. I'm not going to give too many details of what it is, but I will say I'm going to give the date now. It's going to be January 26th. It's going to be in New York City at a really prestigious club, and it's the first event. It's the first Church of Satan event open to the public in 10 years.
Oh, wow.
So that's what I'll say. I guarantee it's going to be great.
Nice.
And I've been working on it for a while now, and I'm very excited. It's a lot of work, but it's going to be worth it. And yeah. So like I saw this show and I'm like, wow, I hope some of these people come and see what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Because I think they'll see a difference.
You should probably watch out because they might come to protest.
Well, they can come to protest because we're going to have a really good security set up there. So go ahead. That's good. That'll make for good press for us, I guess. Be pretty funny.
I want to hear more about this. Damn it.
Yes.
Jesus.
Well, you'll have to wait. Yeah, but it's gonna be really nice, and it's gonna be seriously awesome.
You
Like,
can
I've been
you can
working
tell
on
us
it.
off the air.
Yeah, I'll tell. Yeah, I think I already filled Mr. Shaw in.
Yeah, definitely.
A little bit. Yeah, and the poster. Let's put it this way: the poster alone, it's like Ed Wood. You know, like he was all about the poster first, and then the movie.
Right.
This just the poster. Like if this event sucks, the poster's awesome. People are gonna collect it.
Sweet.
Like, it's gonna be a collectible. So
Nice.
Very cool.
yeah, I'm psyched.
And that's
So,
January what? 20.
January 26th. It's a Thursday.
Damn.
The event will be at 7 p.m.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Very cool. Can't wait to hear the details about
yeah. You're gonna love it. So, but I'll fill you guys in on any weird little nonsense here in New York City because it seems like there is a little bit of a satanic buzz going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the hipsters, with the Williamsburg, Brooklynite hipster types,
Ugh.
and and they're very fickle people, and they're very vapid and shallow. So they are the kind of people that trend hop really quick.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. What's
They're-
hot?
they're-
What's
they're-
hot right now? Yeah.
So
That's
so
it.
get their money while you can then.
Hey, yeah, fuck them. Yeah, get it in again.
Yeah,
I mean,
fuck 'em.
that's the thing. Like, there's a little bit of a buzz. Like, they're having fun with Satan right now. That's what that was last. I was trying to look at it like a parent. Like, oh, they're having fun.
Fun with Satan.
Yeah, they're having fun toying with the idea. So,
Which is kind of what we did in as teenagers in
Yeah.
the 80s.
yeah, but we all read the Satanic Bible.
Yeah. Well, I didn't until much later.
But still, you read the book. I mean, that's
Yeah, of course, yeah.
that's the game changer.
And if you
And
haven't,
we
you
have real
should.
literature, and it's organized. Yeah.
Yeah.
These guys here, they're just into the flashing of the horns and yelling out some things. You know,
Right,
and it doesn't really go anywhere. It's like, all right, cool. So.
Why bother? Yeah.
Yeah, why bother? I got other shit to do. That's like my new approach to dealing with this satanic temple stuff is like LOL. Like, yeah, okay. I'm over here having fun.
Yeah.
I'm doing my thing. We're all doing cool shit, you know?
LOL. Doesn't that mean Lucifer, our Lord?
Yeah.
It does, totally.
It does. Lucifer, our Lord. I like it. No, but look at all the cool shit we're doing. It's crazy. I look at your guys' stuff all the time. I love following, especially the people that are like, the hierarchy guys. And, like, I love following your guys' shit. Everybody's doing cool stuff.
Yeah, man.
And I'm like, I don't have to, like, pretend like I like your shit because I like it. I do. I really do. Like,
Very cool.
what's his name? Jimmy Psycho just sent me his CD, and I'm like, damn, this is great. Like, it's all good. It's like,
Yep.
Absolutely.
makes me giggle. Like, wow.
And Dorian
Cool,
just
man.
finished the part 2 of the Magus series of the posters. So
Oh my God! See, I can't wait to see it.
by the time people hear this, it'll be already seen, and
All
hopefully,
right.
and hopefully
Can't wait.
ordered.
Yeah.
All right, so look, in
Yes.
the next few days, I'm gonna announce my thing. You're gonna bust that out. Look at this. See?
Yeah.
We got cool shit.
We're so busy doing nothing.
Yeah, exactly. We don't do a goddamn.
Well, and then on top of that, we've got all kinds of new shows coming to Third Side Network, and that's
Oh.
going to be cool. I think that's going to open even more
Oh yeah.
people's eyes to
Yep.
what many things that we're doing. Because they can't be bothered to sit and listen to us talk. But if you can flash some shit in front of their eyes, then they'll pay attention for 30 seconds. So
Yeah.
That's how long the shows are going to be. 30 seconds. No.
Yeah.
we're just going to talk really fast.
In 15-minute intervals. Yeah.
Yeah. That's great, dude. We're kicking it. It's all good. Shit's good.
Yeah.
It's
So
all good.
what else you doing, man? What else is going on with you?
I mean, right now my life goes into corporate holiday season, so I get a ton of work doing kind of corporate gigs
Yeah.
because they all throw a holiday party of some sort, and there's Hanukkah parties, Christmas parties, and company parties, all now.
Nice.
So this next 2-3 weeks is busy. Like I literally flew to Indianapolis a few days ago to do 2 hours of card tricks. No joke.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy, but that's what I'm doing now. It's those kind of things. Like
Your fingers
So-
must be like really, really sore by the end of the night. How do you
They
hang out
do.
with a Russian girl
Sometimes.
after that?
They
Do you freak people out on the airplane, like when you're flying over, you're just kind of warming up?
You know, it depends what mood I'm in, because
Yeah.
if I start doing card tricks, people start bugging me.
Affecting them, yeah.
So sometimes I go, I don't know. I post pictures of how I dress on airplanes, and people are afraid of me usually.
The
I wear
bandana?
like
yeah.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I wear a bandana over my face like I'm gonna rob a bank. Which somebody said to me, "What, are you gonna rob the place?" And I'm like, "Nope, going to sleep."
Yeah.
You can rob the place. Yeah. Hope I can
so
make a
it's
smooth
right.
getaway.
Yeah,
Around a fucking
if there's
plane,
some cute girls
yeah.
on the plane, I'll start doing card tricks.
I was wondering though,
Yeah,
because
that
I got
makes sense, of course, yeah.
I got an email from somebody who said, "Ask Adam about the bandana," and I said, "What do you want to know?" And he said, "Does he put
You
it
know why I
on
do
on the
that?
plane, or does he put it on before he goes in the airport?"
No way. Once I get in the plane, I do it. There's a reason I do that. The reason I learned this from the Japanese. When I fly in airplanes, my nose and throat burn because of the stupid recycled air.
Yeah.
That air they're pumping in there burns my throat and nose. If you cover your face, it keeps it moist, and it keeps the germs out too. It does both. But I don't get the burn. My nostrils and throat don't burn. So, yeah. So I started doing it years ago, and yeah, I look like a kook, but don't give a fuck.
Yeah, whatever, yeah.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah. So,
Well, I have to say that I would think that you're a part of what has made this show kind of take off for us, because you were at the beginning, man, and got
shit.
everybody interested in listening to it. So.
oh shit, I was the first guest, and I remember clearly. I forgot I was being interviewed, which I just did now, and we're recording this because I like you. We're talking as friends, and I think I took a piss on the show.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Pretty famous, pretty infamous piss, yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
You gonna do it again?
Oh, no, I'm driving.
He's like, "No, this time I'm gonna take a shit." No, it's like,
I'm driving with my hot Russian friend.
nice. You were also the first guest on Third Side.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Everybody wants to talk to you, man.
I don't know. I got weird stories. I do.
And you
I
were
know I
you
have
were
weird-
also Dorian's first. Yeah.
First magician. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you have that sound effect.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I
That's funny.
love it.
Hell yeah.
Oh, listen, go to YouTube and look up. There's someone did a video. It's like 8 minutes of boing sounds.
Why bother?
Yeah, yeah, but they're all different boings. They're not. It's not the same boing
Doing,
noise.
doing, doing.
Did
Yeah,
they at
yeah,
least
yeah,
put
yeah.
'em- Did they put them to videos or something? Or just-
No, no, I don't think. I think it's literally just noises.
Wow. Okay.
Did you guys listen to Peter's new thing? It's great.
Of course.
It's really weird. I love it. It's like wow. It's like really intense.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
He's a talented
Like, what-
fellow.
He knows his shit. That man.
Yeah, man.
He does. Yep. He's a cool dude. He's got it going.
Well, Adam,
Go
it's been awesome again having you on and shooting shit with
Anytime.
you. Thanks
Anytime, man. You call me.
Yeah, on the
I could
streets
be the
turned
guy-
into a. What's
I
that?
could be the guy that you call when your guest cancels.
Okay.
No, because there's like famous entertainers that did that for like talk shows. They were like the dude that was always on call.
Okay.
Senior
Okay.
Wences on the Ed Sullivan Show.
I have a feeling we could always be it'd always be interesting anytime you're on. So.
Yeah, I got some weird stories,
All right,
As
man.
well. All right, man. You guys are awesome. So,
All
Right on, buddy. Thanks
Until
for being
next
here,
time,
man.
hail Satan.
yeah. Hail
Hail
Satan.
Satan.